doing our demonstration video for the month of August. We're going to start with Mondays and Wednesdays, which are going to be your leg days, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays with the upper body. All right. So again, I have Wednesdays as a rest day, but that is depicted or determined by you. You can pick your own rest day, or you can just follow our schedule. But remember, between each exercise, you're doing 1 minute of jump rope in addition to every day doing abs. That's even on your weekends and your rest days, okay? So stay tuned, we'll get right into it.
Okay, so the first exercise that Sergeant D is going to be demonstrating is the weighted lunge. We're going to get it from the side, and then I'm going to have her turn around so you guys can see her back. So she's going to take a half 6 inch, no more than a 6 inch step out in front of her other foot. And she's going to slowly squat. And as she squats, notice how she's bringing her arms up into a curl. Nice, slow, controlled motion. It's not a race. Make sure that you are fully bringing it nice, slow, and controlled.
Now, one note on this, make sure your knee does not extend beyond the toe, especially if you already have knee issues. For those of you that want to use the weights but you're afraid of the knees, just don't dip down as far, okay? From the back.
Again, step forward, squat, lunge.
Notice the pinch
in her back. Slow, controlled. She's pinching, notice the back muscles pinching together.
All right, so now we're going to show you how it looks all together.
So here is the first exercise, which is going to be the weighted lunge. She's going to demonstrate is going to walk you guys through what this is going to look like in real time. Notice she's going to start out with her feet shoulder width apart. She's going to take that step forward. And slowly curl her arms, bring them back, and she's going to continue with the next step. She's going to, on this, you're going to walk about 25 meters, so get you distance. If you don't know how to, I guess as far as like the meters, take 25 steps, like count it with your feet. Right?
Mm-hmm. Or if you have, like, live in a neighborhood with like light posts, that's the easy way to gauge. So from light post to light post. All right. So that is your weighted lunge. Remember, it's not a race. It's all about form. Okay, our second exercise on our leg day is going to be the squat with bands. Understand, if you're just beginning to do squats again and you're not comfortable with the band, you still can do the squat. Do not use the band until you're comfortable. But to add more intensity, we're going to use a band. Okay, so she has a stance shoulder width apart. As we say in the Army, railroad tracks. She is going to put her hands together and she's going to slowly bend at the knee as not to surpass her toes. Look at that good form, slow and steady. Then she will slowly raise back to the start position. That will be 1. Going to the side, she's going to take it slow, shoulder width apart. Slowly begin to squat down in that good form. If you notice, her back is straight and she is sticking the gluteus maximus out to get that full extension. She'll slowly begin to raise. And that is your squat. Turn around. Now the good thing about this, you can move the bands from the thigh down to your legs depending on how deep your squats are. So I'm not a deep squatter, so I tend to keep them on my upper thigh, versus Neffy is a deep squatter and she will demonstrate how that looks. Go ahead, Neffy, at regular pace. Form. Up. One more. From the front. Great form. The key to the squat is to maintain your balance throughout it. It is not a rush. The whole purpose of these exercises are to work on your form and get the most bang for your buck, okay? So we'll see you on the third exercise.
Exercise number 3 is going to be the side lunge. Just like your first exercise that we did, the weighted lunge, the side lunge would you be lunging the same way, however, it'll be to the side. So if you start off going to the left, most of your weight, when you take that step to the left, all of your weight should be shifted mainly onto that left side. And it'll be vice versa when you lunge to the right side. So watch this demonstration. Notice how she's bringing her feet together before she takes that next step. Nice, slow, deep. She's stepping back, coming back to the right.
All right, guys, so one thing, a couple of key notes about this. Again, not a race. Slow and steady. From that start position, tighten those glutes before you begin to lunge. That's going to get you the most bang for your buck. Your form is everything. So if your start base position is not balanced, then the entire exercise is not going to be balanced. Slow and steady. See you for exercise 4. All right, guys, exercise number 4 is going to be your sumo squat. So in the group, I had posted minimum items that you needed to purchase. So this one is usually done with a kettlebell, but we're going to improvise and show you that you don't need a kettlebell to do the sumo squat. So we're going to do this first demonstration with just some regular old vinegar. So with the sumo squat, it's the same as a regular squat, except for you got those legs shoulder width apart, those railroad tracks, and you're going to drop the arms and the object in the middle, and you're slowly going to squat down into a deep, slow squat. Now with every type of squat, you're going to make sure you hold those glutes, and you're going to go back to the start position. From the side, she's going to start with a good straddle stance. She's going to squeeze those glutes, and she's slowly going to go down, down, down. Notice she is not rounding her back off, and she's poking that gluteus maximus out. She's going to return to the start position, maintaining that form. We'll show you the same with the kettlebell. Feet shoulder width apart, railroad tracks. Slowly squat down with good form, keeping that back straight, and return to the start position. From the side, she's straight straddle stance, slowly squat down. Return to the start position, keeping that back straight. From the front. All right, guys, that's your sumo squat. Moving on. All right, guys, our next and final, not final, 5th exercise is going to be the old school Jane Fonda's, the donkey kicks. I know a lot of people feel some type of way about this exercise, but it really, really works. So I'm going to demonstrate it to you. You're going to start by getting on all fours. Fours meaning 4 points of contact. So right hand, left hand, right knee, left knee. That back is straight. Okay? I'm in like a boxed off square. And then you're slowly going to raise your foot up into an L shape, U shape, whatever you want to call it, and return it. You're going to do 10 on each side. If you've never done these before, it's good to have a mirror so you can see yourself. So right now I can see myself. You want to keep that leg straight. That's going to get rid of that extra jiggle at the bottom of those shorts. So if you notice, everything is straight. I'm not moving my back. And it's a really, really, really good butt buster. You do your 10, and then you're going to alternate to the side and do the same thing. Remember, 4, and we're going to slowly lift up into that U shape and return to the start position. Listen, if you don't feel it, you're not going high enough. I can tell you, I promise you'll know when you're going to the right position because you'll feel it. Alright guys, as simple as that. Donkey kicks. Alright guys, our last and final leg exercise is going to be calf raises. Calf raises are extremely fun. You can do them flat on the ground, as we'll demonstrate here, and we'll also show you what you can use around the house to add a little bit more stress to those calves. So if you notice, she's on the side, she's going to keep her balance, shoulder width apart, and she's slowly going to raise up onto her toes, making sure to pinch those calves and slowly come down. Do it again, and you're going to do 10 of those. Okay, keep going. Nice, right? So now we're going to demonstrate with a ladder that you might have around the house. I think majority of people have a ladder or something small like this, especially those of us that's a little shorter than others. So she's going to use the first step, and she's going to hold at the top and continue to do the same thing. Just slowly raise up on those calves to give it a good stretch. Awesome, Neffy. All right, guys, so some other things you can use are like the doorway, a curb on the corner. If you have free weights, free weights, the flat ones, or something thick like a book, that's always going to add to the intensity of those calf raises. But if you don't have them, it's totally fine. Really good for stretching and for an exercise. So now we're going to get into this good old jump rope. All right, guys, so remember, before you start your leg workout, on each workout anyways, you're doing a 10-minute cardio warm-up. That can be walking, running, jogging, elliptical, air bike, just to get that blood flowing before you begin any exercise. However, in between each exercise, you're going to do a 1-minute jump rope, whether it's a speed rope or a regular jump rope. I personally like Tabatas, so we're going to demonstrate kind of how that looks. You can Google it on YouTube or whatever the case may be. Do as you please, but Tabatas tend to be really fast, and they just have you kind of motivated. So watch this demonstration. Neffy, you ready? All right.
Prepare and work.
You notice she's keeping it nice and medium, because you're going to be doing this at least 6 times.
2, 1. Rest. Recover for 1 minute.
All right. So you guys hear how the Tabata, it counts down for you, and then it lets you know when to stop. So I recommend doing that. I think that Tabata was 30 seconds. So if you're a new beginner, 30 seconds might be best for you. And then as the weeks progress and you start to gain more aerobic and anaerobic endurance, go ahead and bump it up to a minute. We'll be back to you with abs.
Okay, so the first abs exercise that we're going to talk you through, and the demonstrator is going to demonstrate, is the sit-up. Most of you that are in the military, you're very common with the sit-up. You can have your hands interlocked behind your head, and you're going to start in the down position. So those of you that are not comfortable with your hands behind your head, or you have some sort of back issue or neck injury issue, it's okay if you cross your arms in front of you. You can also do it that style. So as you see, she's in the down position and she's going to sit up. Notice her feet. She does not have anyone holding her feet. She took some weights and put the weights on there to hold her feet down. And as she sits up, you go back down. Nice, slow, controlled movement. Up and down.
All right, so side note for those of you that cannot do sit-ups, stay tuned for the alternate fitness exercises, okay? Stay tuned for that. We're going to do the alternate separate, so you don't have to watch this whole entire video. All right, guys, our next exercise is ab exercise is going to be the leg extensions. For those of you in the military, it's kind of similar to the flutter kick start point. For those not in the military, you're simply going to lay on your back, place your hands under your buttocks to form a flat base, and you're just going to put those feet together. You see her stance, and you're just going to push them straight out. Hold it till you get that good crunch, and you're going to return to the start position. And you're going to continue to do the same thing. Keep going, Neffy. Do you feel the burn? Do you feel the burn? Okay, that is the leg extension.
The next exercise is the sitting twist. You're gonna sit up in a body in a 90-degree angle. As you see, she has weights in her hands. If you do not have weights, find some small object that you have in your house, or if you have a pole, such as like your broomstick, something, you'll take it and you can put that in your hands, and she's going to demonstrate both ways as you're sitting and you're twisting with that object. So with the small weights in her hand, she's going to twist side to side as such. Then with the pole, almost as if you are in a boat or a canoe rowing, side to side. And that is your sitting twist.
All right, guys, the next ab exercise is going to be the high crunches. Again, that flat, laying down flat, hands to the side, knees bent at a 90-degree angle. All you're going to simply do is try and touch the sky while maintaining your neck position. Slow and controlled movements. You should be contracting your stomach to get the most intense workout. It's not a race. If you're good at them, add to it. But for right now, do your 10 and recover.
Okay, so the next exercise is the flutter kick. Notice she's laying similar to the leg extensions. She's laying with her hands flat on her back with her hands underneath her buttocks. Her legs are in 90-degree angle. She's going to extend them out in front of her, no more than 6 inches off of the ground. And then she's going to slowly start to alternate them. And in her head, she's going to do like a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 1. That's one exercise. 3, 2. 1, 2, 3.
Now, with the flutter kick, you can either have your head off the ground or keep it on the ground, whatever's comfortable for you. And if you get tired and you can't reach that 10, just bring the legs to your knees to your chest, take a small break, and continue on until you complete, okay? We want to make this exercise something you want to do, something fun to enjoy. So stay tuned for the next one. All right, guys, that next exercise and the ab routine is going to be the leg spreaders. Very similar to the flutter kick. She's going to place those hands under her buttocks, get a good base. She's going to put those legs out 6 inches, and she's also going to do this in a 4 count. Ready, set. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. Now, if she wanted to rest, all she's going to simply do is bring those knees into her chest, relax a bit, extend back out to the start position before she continues on. Outstanding.
Okay, so the next exercise is the plank. You can get down on all fours, get ready to get into the 4-point stance. You can either do your hands or, as my demonstrator, on your elbows. Your preference. You're going to extend your feet out, no more than shoulder width apart. You're going to keep your back straight. Make sure you do not have that buttocks too high in the air. Down, straight. Not too much sagging in the middle, but back straight. Feet shoulder width apart. You're going to hold that movement for 30 seconds.
Yep, we're
30
going to start
seconds.
with 30 and slowly get into 45 in a minute.
Make sure you are breathing. Make sure you're not down there holding your breath because you're trying to hold yourself up. It's not going to make you stay up any longer. So,
And also with the, what the hell was it, the plank, we're also going to tighten that core. So when you're in there, if you tighten, what tighten your core means is to squeeze your stomach, suck your stomach in like you're getting ready to take a bikini photo. Everybody understands that terminology. Suck that stomach in. It's going to tighten your core. That's double action for you because not only are you holding that position, but you're also squeezing those muscles intentionally, okay? Wait for the next one. All right, guys, next next exercise is going to be the side plank, This is going to be done on both sides. So right now my demonstrator is leaning to the right side. Therefore, her right elbow is in contact with the ground. It's going to be shaped like a little square there. She's going to make sure that body is elongated. She's going to place that left hand in the center of her abdomen. You notice her legs are straight, and she's going to lift up in the middle of the center, pushing off the ground with that right arm so she can get up, and she's going to hold this nice little side plank for 30 seconds. 30 seconds, people. Look up, Neffy. Don't look down. Look up. All right, guys, both sides.
So the last ab exercise is going to be the back extensions. Notice she is laying flat, face down on the ground, hands underneath her. She's going to take her arms and extend them out above her head, palms facing forward, head up, and she's going to extend her body backwards, almost as if she's doing a backwards crunch. Bring those arms up, back down.
All right, guys. So the key with the back extension is almost like you're laying down, but you're using your stomach, you're tightening that core to get those arms to move up. The arms are giving you some momentum. Do not overextend your back to cause you any back injuries. I have lower back issues, and this exercise actually helps provide some relief to me. Go up as far as you can, but you shouldn't be able to go up super far. If you're going up super far, you're overdoing it. So it should be a minimal, slow movement, because your core is not only your belly area, it's also your lower back. So that's the purpose of the back extension. That's your ab workout, guys. All right, guys, for those of you that have injuries and can't do all the exercises to the fullest extent, definitely try without hurting yourself, but we're going to get right into our alternate exercises. So stay tuned for that. All right, our first alternate exercise is the modified crunch or sit-up. So for the crunch, you're just gonna lean forward as you would in the sit-up to where you can and return to the start position. Lean up, down, up, down. And with this exercise, you can move your hands, put your hands straight out over the knees, up, down, up, down, or you can put them to the back and just thrust up, down, or get in the regular sit-up position with the hands locked behind the head and sit up, down, down. That is your modified sit-up. All right, guys, the next alternate exercise is the twist, the sitting twist. We're going to demonstrate. We're either going to use a wall ball or we're going to stand. And if you have a partner, it's even better. So watch this demonstration. So I just have a little basketball because that's all I had in the house. It's fun with a partner, or you can take the ball and just throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it. Or another thing that you can do is stand and just twist your body. Yep. Or you can do the pass to a partner, pass it back. So you can do an alternate exercise. I don't recommend using the kids' little basketball, having a medicine ball or something else that's going to bounce off the wall. But this is to show you can do any exercise without going out and spending a lot of money. All right, guys, our next alternate exercise is going to be the sitting leg spreaders. So if you notice, she's sitting in the chair, she's grasping the sides. She's going to put those legs up, balance them, and she's simply going to open, close, open, close, open, close. Return to the start position, Neffy. At a 4 count, it will go as such. Get ready. Begin. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, you can return to the start position. You're gonna do 10 repetitions of those. The next alternate exercise is gonna be the wall plank, So at this time, Neffy's gonna turn around. She's gonna make sure she's 12 to 18 inches from the wall. She's gonna place both her hands palm face down on the wall. She will step back until she feels that abdomen start to stretch, and she's just gonna hold that position for 30 seconds. And after those 30 seconds, she will walk toward the wall as not to hurt her back or injure herself. Turn around, Neffy, you did a great job. That's the alternate wall plank. Next exercise is going to be the alternate side plank. So as in with the regular side plank, she's going to get down in a straight base form. Make sure that elbow is at a 90-degree angle. Might want to tuck that thumb down, Neffy. Might want to tuck that thumb down. Come on, prior drill. She's going to place the other arm over her abdomen. If you look at her leg, she's starting with one leg behind. So she's facing to the right, and her right leg is extended while the left leg is behind. That left leg can be behind or in front of, whichever way is comfortable for you. And on cue, she is going to just raise up in the middle and hold it. Make sure when doing the alternate plank, one foot and one elbow is on the ground at all times as not to injure yourself. Now with any plank, make sure your buttocks is not going to the rear, you're pushing forward so you're getting that full extension. Good job, Neffy. All right, guys, our next exercise is gonna be an alternate lunge. We're gonna show 2 demonstrations. We're gonna do the standing high knee and we're gonna do a reverse lunge. So as you can see, Neffy is standing at that good base, feet 6 inches apart. She has those railroad tracks, hands on hips. And this movement is stationary, so you will not be moving. And she's simply going to do high knees. So on my count, she will demonstrate. This is a 4 count. Ready? Begin. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. Now, she has demonstrated the high knees. If you want to try and do a lunge, we're going to do a reverse lunge. However, if you have an injury and you have bad knees, do not try and dip extremely down. Do what you're able to do. So watch this demonstration. Reverse lunge in cadence exercise. 1, 2, 3, 1. All right, guys, so those are your 2 alternates for the lunge.
Okay, so your alternating exercise for the squat is going to be the pulsating squat. Notice how she is in the nice 6-point stance with her feet shoulder width apart. Hands are wrapped together in front of her. She's going to slowly stick her buttocks out. And as she does the squat, she's going to pulsate. Make sure when you pulsate, just like any squat, make sure your butt muscles, your glute muscles are tight, and as you are squatting down.
Okay, so guys, with that, any squat, you should be squeezing those glutes. Again, this is an alternate. So a lot of people have knee injuries. Go down as far as you can, whether it's extremely small or a little bit more than others is fine. But if you tighten those glutes and pulsate, I guarantee you'll feel the burn. All right, guys, the alternate exercise for the jump rope is going to be the lateral shuffle to the left and then to the right, or step ups. Again, everything is 10 repetitions. So if you're doing the laterals, you're just going to go side to side 10 times. If you're doing step ups, you're going to do 10. Watch this demonstration for the laterals. All right, so if you notice, she went 2 to the left, 2 to the right for 1, okay? Step-ups will be similar. Go ahead, Neffy. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1 and 2. So those are your alternates if you cannot do the jump rope, okay?
The last exercise for the alternate exercise is going to be the sumo pulsating squat. It will be if you cannot do the sumo squat. So as my demonstrator is standing, she has our makeshift weight. It's the jug of vinegar. So she has it. She's feet 6 inches apart, shoulder width apart. She has the vinegar in between, holding in front of her legs, and she's going to stick her buttocks out again, just like she did on the pulsating squat, and she's going to pulsate just like on the pulsating squat. However, like the sumo squat, she has the weight in front of her. This is what it looks like from the side.
Okay, so remember the key to any pulsating, any type of squat, always tighten the glutes. Any exercise you're doing, whether it's abs or squats, you should be tightening that area. So if you're doing abs, you should always start by tightening the abs. By you learning how to tighten your abs, tighten your glutes, it adds to your workout, okay? So thanks for tuning in for that, and we will see you tomorrow with our strength training. All right, guys, so today we have done the video to go over our leg workout as well as our strength training, our abs, and our alternate exercises. Tomorrow we will show the strength training, but a couple of key notes I want to reiterate. Make sure you're not hurting yourself. Make sure any abs, you're tightening those abs. Any squats or anything dealing with the glutes, you're tightening those glutes so you get maximum intensity. You don't want to be wasting your time. If you haven't started meal prepping, that's totally fine, but at least drink water. It's free, okay? Neffy has her little bottle here. I'm going to be honest, I didn't get through the gallon today. But the point is, I'm trying, okay? So the point I want to make to you is you continue to try. Let's continue to motivate each other. And Neffy, do you have anything before we close this out?
No, I'm just happy to be a part of the team, and I hope you guys are having fun as much as we are having fun.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Let's see those pictures of those meal preps because I haven't seen one today.